Dobrodošli svima, imat ćemo neki launch event za razred koji je dio Interreg projekta. We're going to have a launch event now and we'll be joining shortly with the opening words from Grad Split.
Questo mi ricorda me l'ha detto. A me non piace la Coppa, io ci sono stata una volta, non volevo dire a loro, è un posto bellissimo, ci sono stata una volta e probabilmente i proprietari che sono una coppia si sono litigati qualche minuto fa, però quello si sentiva, sa che alla fine una mia amica ha detto ma abbiate qualcosa contro noi, cioè perché siete così? No, tutto il nostro. Noi eravamo in 8-9, mi ricordo era un giusto inverno, quando non c'è proprio nessuno, invece di essere felici, poi noi eravamo, cioè noi siamo andiamo spesso fuori, cioè hanno perso i clienti. Un atteggiamento si sono stati da me perché cosa c'era? A nulla osta si aspettava il resto no, niente, adesso dovrebbero venire lei iraniana, cittadinanza americana, lui tutto sta adesso vedo brigo amici.
Dobran, hello, buongiorno. I don't know all the languages that I should speak at this moment. So everybody, thank you for coming. This is the first our multiplier national event for our project Taskforcome. I know that most of you still don't have any idea what's going on in this project, and today that's the reason why you get informed with more details about what we'll be doing in the next about year and a half here in Split, considering with we don't like to call them migrants without new citizens or new domestic people who will try to understand our Croatian ways of life in Dalmatia, language, and how to start their own businesses. First, this project, Taskforcome, is funded by Interreg Central Europe. We are part of 5 countries and 12 partners that are doing this in the 5 Central Europe countries. So, besides Croatia, we have Italy, Germany, Austria, Poland, in this part. Each of country has 2 partners that's doing their work at their country. Here is Grad Split. They will do the second welcoming work, and we from CEDRA Split, then we try to start the best things to do the entrepreneurship here in Split Dalmatia at the start. I know starting a new company, especially in a new country, is very challenging. To start company in your own country, especially when you're in Croatia, and I think all of you have experience with bureaucracy and how many doors you have to knock and how many papers you have to fill to start the business or anything, you get scared. Croatian people get scared. I think you get scared even more. We have a joke that United Kingdom that is leaving European Union is still trying to find out what the taxena marca is, and then they will leave it, because nowhere in Europe I think the taxena marca exists. So we will try to do this project to bring closely to you, to your friends, on everybody who has some ideas how to start their own companies, startups, or become social entrepreneurs, the good ideas. Michael will later take the details for it. It will be one-stop shops about more details, marketing, how to start, the legal ways, the ideas, the business canvas, the many other things that will be done. So this is like the first day of spread the word and get idea what we are going. The most parts of it will hopefully taken in youth club Dom Mladih in Split, where the CS hub will be made. Tony will say the more details, because first aim of this project, when it was written about 2 years ago, it was integration of migrants in each country. At that moment, we had huge migrants, especially in Germany and Austria. At this moment, we have another challenge ahead of us. It's pandemic, about everything. So it's not only to get our migrants to increase their potential to start their businesses, but also at the end project to include our local people to be part of this. So hopefully you or your colleagues, friends, whoever knows, who have desire to start their company, will find one spot in this project that could help him and moving into the right way. So thank you for welcoming. I will leave colleague Tony from Grad Split for another welcome. Thank you.
Hello everyone, thank you for coming on the behalf of the city of Split. Michael gave me signals. I would like to introduce our one-stop shop, which will be made in the youth club of Split. That shop is made, construction works are made by the one other European Union project, ESF project, Let's Build a Home Together, and equipment will be bought from the Taskforcome project. In that shop, we will have a one-stop shop. We will have a space for migrants, young entrepreneurs who are coming from all over other countries and who have a desire to open their business. We would like to provide them a space and some advices how to start it in Croatia. Right now, I guess there are lots of obstacles for the people coming in Croatia because they have a language barrier, many maybe law obstacles, but we believe that Croatia, since it's part of the European Union, is developing and is going in the way which will which will be more open for foreigners to come here and start with us, make a Split, not just a touristic place, but also the place where they can be welcome and where they can develop their own ideas. And with that, they will make it more welcoming to multicultural, which is a very good thing, which we believe in the city of Split. So that's about it. Right now, I guess Michael will tell you more about his ideas and how he can help the young entrepreneurs to developing their business, because he is here. He came from the Great Britain and he started his own business in the city of Split.
Thank you, yeah, good evening everyone. Thanks for coming tonight. They've explained the project pretty well so far. Marin, so I used to work for Udruga CEDRA Split before. I left them with my own company, as Tony mentioned. And then Marin called me up and said, hey, we have this project. It's about helping migrant entrepreneurs start their business. And you'd be great if you could help us, because you're fairly well connected with the foreigners in Split. Plus you have your own business and you deliver consultancy to social entrepreneurs generally. So I said to Marin, sure, okay, we can do it. What's the project about? And then he started telling me more and more about the project. And as he was telling me about the project and the idea to help foreigners in Split, migrants in Split and Dalmatia, to help them integrate into the local kind of both socially and professionally, it really resonated with me, because I'd been through that process. I'm going to talk to you a bit later on about exactly what I'll be doing on this project. But before I tell you more about that, we've got two foreign entrepreneurs here who will be telling you about their own journey, what they do here, how long they've been here, the good things about doing business here, and obviously the bad things about doing business here. So without further ado, I'd like to first of all invite Sarah up to the front, and she can tell you all about what she does, what she's done, and what she's hoping to do as well, I hope. Round of applause to Sarah.
Hi everybody. My name is Sarah Dyson. I am an American. I've lived here in Split for the last 8 years. I absolutely love it here. Can't imagine living anywhere else. So I was asked to speak because I am an entrepreneur here. I've opened 2 different companies. My current company is called Expat in Croatia. It started off as a blog where I shared my experiences of navigating the Croatian bureaucracy because nothing existed at the time when I got here in 2012, and I wanted to help people that came after me. Now it's a full-fledged business that helps guide foreigners on how to get residency, sign up for health care, open and operate businesses. I also provide information on daily life, culture, and language so that foreigners can assimilate into the Croatian community as best as they can. So having a company here is great and not so great. One of the good things about it is there is a lot of opportunity in Croatia. It is completely untapped. There are gaps, there are needs that are not being filled, and I think that foreigners have a unique opportunity to fill those gaps. They are coming here with fresh eyes, they have no expectations, and they have unique experiences, diverse backgrounds, diverse skill sets that would really nicely complement the Croatian business community. One of the things that's not so great is it's very expensive to operate a business here. Before you sell a product, a service, you most likely are already in debt from the very beginning. Between the taxes, the doprinosi, the permits, the inspections, and the fines, it can really serve as a deterrent to opening up a Croatian business regardless of whether you're a foreigner or you're a Croatian. And on top of that, if you are a foreigner, then you have to automatically hire 3 full-time Croatians from the get-go. And that doesn't necessarily make sense for every single business model. To speak from my experience, my business is completely online, and I've been doing it by myself, and I didn't need 3 full-time people. And I'm very grateful that I wasn't required to do that, because if I had, I wouldn't be here today. I would have had to leave Croatia. So like I said, not all Croatian businesses, or not all businesses need 3 full-time people. So I'm hoping that that's something that's going to change in the future. I think businesses should definitely be incentivized to hire Croatian nationals, but not necessarily forced into it if it doesn't make sense for their business model. That way we can encourage more entrepreneurs to come here and start companies. One of the things I wish that had been available when I opened up my businesses was more English language resources, specifically when it came to the actual bureaucratic part. Filling out forms, they're only in Croatian language, or going to all the different government agencies when there is a super high chance that they are not going to speak English to you. When I did that for my first company in 2012, I was lucky that I met someone through my real estate broker that connected me with a consultant who helped me do all that. When I did it 3 years ago, I did it on my own, and I was able to do that. It was very hard and it was very stressful, and I did have 5 years of bureaucracy knowledge behind me, but while my Croatian is much more advanced than it was when I first got here, I still don't use business jargon in my everyday life. So there were still challenges for me, even though I had all of this experience and my Croatian was a little bit better. I think that everyone who moves to Croatia should definitely do everything within their power to learn the Croatian language, but it's a little unrealistic to expect people who just arrived here to know Croatian well enough to do all these things on their own. So I'm hoping that with time, policies are going to evolve to make Croatia a more entrepreneur-friendly place, because there is a lot of benefit that comes with bringing in foreigners to open up businesses. And this project is a really great start. So I'm so happy to be partnering on this and for being here today, and thank you so much.
So as Sarah pointed out, she's a partner on the project. There are two types of users of the project. One is foreign entrepreneurs. So by foreign entrepreneur, we mean anyone who was born outside of Croatia. So for example, one of the participants was born in Canada, but she's actually Croatian. Yeah, but she's moved back here after being born in Canada. Her parents are both Croatian, but she can be on the project. Yeah. Just like another guy, he wasn't born in Croatia. He's married to a Croatian, and he's on the project. He's British. He has a British passport, and therefore he can be on the project as well. Okay, so it's for anyone who's not born in Croatia. You can still have Croatian citizenship, but the idea is you weren't born here. I don't make the rules. And the second group of people is business service providers. So what we're looking for are people that can really support our entrepreneurs in becoming kind of part of the social and the economical side of Croatia. So Sarah is she's over there. Sarah is a great example of that because she provides great information about residency. She has some great contacts with, say, legal or accountancy as well. And she's done so much research on this for herself, and now she's done it for all the other foreigners that live here in Croatia. So she's one of our partners. Another one of our partners, who I'm going to invite up now, is Nick. Yes, I can do that. Hathaway. I won't tell you any more about him. He'll tell you what he does as his main business and his side business. He's also our cameraman for tonight. So Nick.
Dobar dan, everyone. My name's Nick. I'm from 45 Degrees Sailing. My wife and I moved here. My wife Mahina is now holding the camera. Moved here just over 4.5 years ago to sail. We fell in love with Croatia kind of by accident. We were actually living in China, working over there, and I had flown over here for a week to train a guy sailing, and I did a week with him, and I was like, hey, this place is cool. Anyway, we moved to China, and I came back the next year because he invited us to come back and work for his company. He was also a Kiwi that had opened a business here and was working his way through as Sarah explained, the paperwork and the bureaucracy, and just finding a way in which he could actually do business. And that was the biggest thing. And I think for us, we came back and worked that year, said, okay, we've fallen in love with Croatia, this is it, we're coming back, we want to open our own business. And I spent the next year here on different visas, working and trying to figure out the best way to go about opening that company, which was tough. It was very tough. As Sarah has said, navigating the language wasn't so much of a problem. I could generally communicate with most people whichever way I tried to do it. It was more understanding how to start your company, and that didn't seem to be very black and white, whether it was in Croatian or in English, for the niche we were doing. Because I was talking to a lot of business people in Croatian saying, this is what I want to do. When they were Croatian, sorry, I wasn't speaking Croatian. This is what I want to do. I want to provide this service, sailing, and I want to cover all of the costs and have our client just pay one price, which no one seemed to have heard of over here, because there's all of this like, okay, you pay this much, then you show up, and you pay this much, then you give this much to the crew, then you do this, and by the time a guest finishes their holiday, they're like, I have no idea how much money I spent. And it just sort of kept on, go to the ATM. So we wanted to do something a bit different. Now we got a lot of advice, and no one understood how to do that in the nautical industry as far as accounting went, and we learnt the hard way a couple of times through different systems on accounting, how we to start the business. But I think that year I spent watching helped out hugely. So what we do here at 45 Degrees Sailing, we provide family sailing holidays, and what we want to do is provide a holiday where it's kind of a one-stop shop here as well. We will take your booking, and we will take care of absolutely everything from when you land and get off the plane. We pick you up from the airport, we drive you to your boat. If your boat's not ready, we're looking after you, or our liaisons are looking after you until your boat is ready. There's none of this in-between time where you're not sure what's going on. All of that communication that has to be done with a charter agency and all of that we're doing, as opposed to you waiting at a marina for your boat to be ready. And then all the way through, we make the decisions, we watch and learn about our guests to see what they like, what they're enjoying about Croatia, what they want to see more of, and take care of all of the logistics. So I think one of our biggest testimonials are mothers that have come on this trip and feel like they've actually been on a holiday, because Mahina is taking care of their kids, I'm taking care of the adults, especially just involved wine, and they really are relaxing, not worrying about the logistics of moving house each day, or what bus am I getting on, how do I get to this island, where's the accommodation, or even where do I go for dinner. All of that seems to be what our guests are loving about our holidays. So we provide this week-long absolute relaxation where you're just on the boat and enjoy it, because no doubt you all know how incredible a resource that Croatia has here for sailing. Like, I'm from New Zealand. I grew up sailing, when I say I grew up sailing, I learned to sail in Wellington, one of the windiest places in the world. My wife and I could not agree on a place to live until we arrived here. So we finally said, right, this is cool, this is where we want to be. We got the border, which apparently everyone's afraid of sailing in, but we love it. And just the islands, it's so good. And I want to share that with as much of the world as possible. So that's what we do. Given COVID and different things, I've had to expand my skill set. Well, I suppose I've always been interested in photography and videography. What else do I do? I do a lot of online web shop building. We build websites. We help. What else? Content. We do content for other people. That social media. All that. The list is quite large. And to stay alive here, employing 3 Croatians full time through COVID has been really hard, especially in a seasonal business, because we have to do the full time all year for my work permit to be valid. So all of the sailing is all May through till September, and then it's dry. So we've had to be very creative with however we manage to employ those Croatians all throughout the season, all throughout the year. So that's a bit of what we do. The things I've loved about Croatia and doing this job over here, and the reason we're staying, is I think we love the people. We absolutely love the people that we've interacted with out on the islands, and a big thing our guests say when they come off a trip is that they felt like they were brought into the family, because they feel like we're family to the people that we're visiting. So when we go to a corner bar or a restaurant out on the island, or a vineyard or anything, we know these people intimately now because we stay all year through the winter, and we know them, and we're there, and we stay communicating with them all year. Now our guests get the benefit of that. So that's a big difference I wanted to bring in and show people that it's not all just gullet trips or mass trips that are going out in Yacht Week and Med Sailors. Not that I've got anything against those companies, but they supply a different thing, and they show a different side of what you can do here in Croatia. So we wanted to come out of that and show everyone how amazing the culture and the people are behind Croatia and what actually makes it special. I think that's mostly what we do. Does anyone have any questions for us? That's always a lot easier to answer questions. No? Excellent. Has anyone ever been sailing before? No one. No one at all. No one. You've been sailing with me.
Yeah.
No, so look, I think the biggest thing I thought to help would be clear guidelines. We have jumped through every hoop. We have paid every bill. We've done everything we can to stay here, and it keeps coming. And if we can plan for it, we will do it. And I think a lot of people coming to Croatia will do it as well. There is this huge resource. There's plenty to go around, and there is so much more we can give if we can figure out how to do it. That's the hardest part for us, is if I can see it coming, if we can forecast it, if it's very open and clear, then that's cool. But for instance, I might go to my accountant and see every one person about this one product I want to supply, and they say, this is everything you're going to need to do, and they research with someone else, and we ask 10 other people because no one knows the real answer, and we write all that down, and we plan for all of that, and then we get something else. And then you get through to stage 3 and you get another bill, and then you get another, oh, actually no, you can't operate at all because this wasn't stamped, or it keeps coming. So I think transparency in the industry would be huge, and not having to employ 3 Croatians all year would be a lot easier as well. I was actually all for having a company in Croatia versus doing this job like many other companies do, which is have an outside European company and then just trade within Croatia. Now that is ridiculously easy. It's even easier to get a work permit that way. I was employed that way in my first year here, and it's more profitable. It's really attractive. So I don't want that. I wanted to bring this business to Croatia and contribute to this land, contribute to everything. And I would like to keep doing that, but they keep making it very, very hard. So that would be one thing I would say. More transparency and a little of leniency. I wouldn't mind maybe after my 3rd year saying, okay, you have to employ 3 Croatians for your work permit. But as Sarah pointed out, first year opening a business, all of a sudden having 22,000 kuna a month to come up with just in wages was really tough. So that would be one of the hugest things I would ask people to help out with. Other than that, it's great to be here, and I look forward to the next 10 years.
Excellent, thank you, Nick. Yeah, just to touch on, so just to see first of all, who here has their own company? Put your hand up if you have your own company here. Few people have their own company, good. Okay, so the rule is if you're an EU citizen, which includes the UK at the moment, you don't have to employ 3 Croatians, you're treated as a Croatian, so you can employ yourself, that's fine. But if you're a non-EU citizen, you have to employ 3 Croatians immediately, yeah? If you're a third national, third country, basically non-EU, effectively, right? So yeah, that's one big issue, which is why then suddenly everyone sees if they have an Irish grandparent to try and get Irish residency, or an Italian grandparent as well. We've got a few people who are suddenly Italian, so which is fine. You do what you can to survive in the place, right? So a bit more about what's coming up now. So over the last year, these guys have been working on putting together online resources and physical resources for entrepreneurs here, for migrant entrepreneurs, for foreign entrepreneurs to use to help them develop their business. And now we're at the stage where that is almost 100% done, and we can move into the live part, which is these one-stop shops. So actually, the one-stop shops have already started. I'm not somebody to start late, like we're already, what's the date today, 16th?
No.
Yeah? It's the 16th today. I was like, Marin, we need to do this on the 1st of September. He was like, no, it's still summer. So, okay, what about the next week? 2 weeks after. Okay, so one month after Velika Gospa, here we are, which is fine. And we invited representatives of, say, populations in Split, be it whether you're employed in a kind of official role, we have some people from consulates here, or unofficial role, because we have people that represent societies here. So we've got the kind of formal and informal people who we see. We've got Italy, we've got New Zealand, Australia, America, China, Eritrea, England, Russia, Ukraine, Germany, Croatia, obviously. Sorry, someone's smiling at me at the back there. So we have all of these people, and if you didn't realise already, but I think you already know, there's quite a big foreign community in Split that stay here all year round. Some people are surprised by that because they think that Croatia is only good for the sun and the sea and that's it. But Dalmatia's a great place to live year round. I like it because of the sea and the mountains. Not so much of that in the middle of Lika, but okay. So the one-stop shops now, they're already open. We've already got 3 people using them. And what happens is once a week, I will announce a place, before the week before anyway, announce a place where I'll be. Now, most of these foreigners are in Split, so once a week, somewhere in Split, I will have this open house where anyone can come or contact me, arrange a coffee. That's the way we do things here, right? Arrange a coffee, or rakia. He knows me very well, this guy, to talk about their business idea. And so far, I've got people who don't have a business yet, people who have just opened a business, and people who have been working with a business for a year. Okay. So they'll come to me and I will do 2 things. One is I will help them with, say, budgeting, marketing strategy, product development, social media, all of those kind of things, because that's what I do in my other life outside of CEDRA. And then the other side of things is connecting them with people, because you know how important it is to have veze here, yeah? Which is funny because Sarah did a blog about veze and the importance of veze connections. Very important. Both socially and professionally to have them here, yeah? So working for CEDRA Split, we've done projects all over, we've done it in many different areas, and we have a good network of people. And because of that, we can then introduce people to, say, accountants, to lawyers, to your Javni Blježnik, to whoever you need to get your business going. Maybe it's a distributor or producer, maybe it's someone that makes, I don't know, glasses, or someone that can sell you 1,000 tomatoes a year, yeah? Within our group, we have those connections. So the idea is to make it as easy as possible for these foreign entrepreneurs that come and push them straight in the right direction. Now, when I got here, I was fortunate enough that straight away I met one English guy and he introduced me to 10 to 15 Croatians, including Gorana over there, who then introduced me to 100 people. After my second night here, I already had a job because I bought some jeans from England for an Australian guy that lived here, had a few beers with me, and connected me with an English school. Straight away I had a job. Then I found out about CEDRA Split. I met with Ranko, the boss there, and actually somebody was going on maternity leave, so I moved into her job. Now, if it wasn't for those connections, I don't know, maybe I would have gone home. I gave myself 3 months when I moved here, and next month it will be 5 years here, 5 years. Yeah, and next year I can finally get my permanent residency as well. So these one-stop shops, predominantly in Split. Next week I'm going to Brač as well. You have around 92 permanent residents in Brač, foreigners. And I'll be going to Makarska, believe it or not. Some foreigners live in Makarska. To Sin, I don't know how many live there. We'll find out. To probably the best place in Dalmatia, Castella as well. Loads of foreigners who live there. Who's from Castella here? Yeah, give me some noise. Yeah, there we go. Foreigners in Castella. I won't tell you our name. Private joke. So I'll be moving around. People can come. People can find out advice. And then obviously it's not just in person. After that I'll send emails and stuff like that. With one guy I'm helping him find web developers. I'm quite well connected with the IT sector here. With one lady actually, she's doing something with, looking at something with plants. And I also work with the school in Castella, Braća Radić, who are also doing lots with producing plants. So now I'm going to connect those two together as well. So it's those kind of connections that we want to see happen throughout the next 8 months through the one-stop shops. And what we want you to do is to tell everyone in your network that there's this resource available. Now, we only actually have space for 20 people. Being British, I've already got 4 British people that want to come on board. So time's running out. Yeah, spaces are running out. However, we do have a sustainability side of this as well. So we'll look at how we can expand it, how we can get more support to these people. Because it can be an administrative nightmare when you first move here. At the end of these 8 months, we'll be reviewing. We'll be reviewing who we've helped, how have we helped them, what have we done, what impact have we done, and how we've kind of created an ecosystem here within the foreign entrepreneur system. Because, again, if you walk around the centre of Split, I'd say 1 in 5 shops, you might not know this, 1 in 5 shops or restaurants or cafes will have some kind of foreign influence on them. It could be that a Croatian moved to Germany to learn how to be a chef and moved back. It could be that a Croatian's married to a Russian and they set up a Russian restaurant. It could be that some people fell in love with Croatia and decided to sell bracelets. There are all of these stories here already. Yeah. So we want to develop that ecosystem, and just as we've seen with Glas Podozen, now I'm hungry. Just as we've seen with the recent movement with entrepreneurs, we also want to become part of that. And just as Nick and Sarah have explained earlier, kind of sharing our struggles and sharing how, you know, maybe the government could support us more to turn Croatia into a bit more business friendly generally, and also for foreigners. Being from the UK, if I go into a police station or into a job centre or into a business court, I can ask for those documents in over 40 languages. Here, sometimes I'm lucky if I can speak to somebody who speaks English. Now, this is changing for sure. Over the past 5 years, I've seen a shift, which is great. But they're the really small things that really make a big difference, where you go into an office and it's already culturally very different in Croatia, in Dalmatia specifically, for an Englishman. And to have something in English so you don't feel awkward, like, it makes a huge difference in terms of feeling warm and welcoming, which is what you want to do if you want to get more people starting a company here. So, in a nutshell, 8 months ahead, weekly one-stop shops. Send any foreigner you want, as long as they weren't born in Croatia. That's the rule. And we'll help them as much as we can, developing stuff. I do this normally. I'll put my heart into it for sure, and we'll try and create this ecosystem that then has a bigger voice, that we can also spread around Croatia as well, not just in Dalmatia, but also in Zadar. There's foreigners everywhere in Croatia that live here all year round. I don't know if you heard of the guy that has an English pub in, I don't know, Vukojebina, like, it's in the middle of nowhere, right? I don't know where it is, but it's no one knows there's an English guy there, right? And also in Zagreb as well. So we want to share this story around over the next 8 months, and we need all of your support to help us do that. So I'm gonna hand back to Marin now to close everything. We've got some food being passed around, but come and ask us any questions. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 of us that know everything, or so we think. Yeah, that's everything from me. Marin, you can take over.
Okay. Thank you very much, Michael. After these few words, I think you had better idea what Taskforcome is project about. So as Michael told, if you asked me about this project 5 years ago, I said, how many foreigners here? Everybody come here for a holiday from some nice summer vacation, and that's it. Then I met him. We started working together at CEDRA. Then I started to play football with all other guys. They suck at football, but they can really drink beer. And there are so many of them, and they are so with good ideas, with a great will to start their own businesses, their own ideas. But they just find so many closed doors, and that's the idea how to help them. So, like Michael, who has first-hand experience how to get over those obstacles, is the way we want to help you and your friends and your network people how to make the better place to do it. The one big thing that Tony from City of Split said, I hope after the beginning of the next year in the youth center, the CS Hub will be ready for the producing. At the moment, it is doing as the one part of the European Social Fund. That's one project, and it will be decorated and all equipment both in Taskforcome. So at the beginning of 2021, hopefully we will have a space when we all can really do the all one-stop shops, the all education, the all help, the all networking, mentoring, and the stuff in the way. All of you will be getting all what you call mails, notifications about ongoing activities. Michael made a Facebook group. Anybody of you is welcome to join that group. Anyone is more than welcome to spread out the word and tell people, okay, yes, we are doing this. We can actually help you with the stuff that you find problems, obstacles, and everything around. And please join and please ask us. As Michael said, this is part of the project, so we have a limiting numbers and limited time and resources to do. So please, if you are interested, spread the word. Tell your friends, tell your people, tell your relatives, tell everybody you know who thinks that there will be something good out of this to use it. It's a really good project. It really has like sustainability. It has first-hand experienced people, and hopefully in the end it will be one of the better projects that we did, and especially because we have lots of help and cooperation from City of Split that's providing space and their manpower and their willing. So thank you very much for the City of Split. Thank you very much for coming. Enjoy your food, enjoy your networking. If you have any questions, you can yell at me at the moment, or you can ask us later, whatever, like, okay, please.
I'd just like to ask you, do you think it would be possible from time to time to have some government representatives come along to these networking meetings?
I love your idea.
You should write to the Prime Minister like the Dutch guy.
The idea is more than, for the first step, we have representatives of City of Split, which are more than great in cooperation and helping us implement this project. I think that's for the local part, because this is only focusing on Dalmatia part for now, and Splitska-Dalmatinska County. It's a good start. To have the higher levels of government definitely will be nicer and definitely will be better. But we are thinking, okay, let's show on this like frame in Split and surrounding, this is possible, this is going. This is something that making economy going. They're actually paying taxes. Oh yeah, now they will be interested. And then we can spread Dalmatia, south part, and whole Croatia in the end. Okay, any more questions? Yes, please.
Your colleague Michael said that this project will go on for upcoming 8 months.
Project is a bit longer, so we have 8 months a year to finish our project activities.
8 months a year.
2 years. And we have the CS Hub that will be left, well, not left, it will be still alive after the project for the people to use it. Not just immigrants who are willing to start their businesses, but also for the local people that are willing to learn and find some help, networking. Okay, I have experience, I have this problem, oh, no problem, I can solve it with this and this. Networking part of it.
And you also have to think about sustainability. So, at least 5 years after, we have to make some program or some services out there. So we are right now thinking about it and making this work. But this is a start.
Okay, thank you. Any more questions? Okay. I will thank you very much. I will close the word because Michael starts to sing. He loves to sing. You'll see on one-stop shops, trust me. So once again, thank you very much for coming. I hope this was interesting for you, that you help us spread the word, spread this good project to be alive and to be kicking. And chat, enjoy, and see you soon. Thank you very much.
You can turn it off. I don't want to eat on too much.